I'm not crashing out. I'm holding together. They had a disaster of a weekend, like emphasizing the aster of the weekend part, because not only did they have a really rough go in Imola, tire degradation.
I was going to say they went back to back on terrible weekends.
Yeah, they went back to back. Kimi Antonelli's car blowing up in Imola already hurt my soul.
Can't show out in front of the host.
George Russell missing out on the top 5 for the first time like forever. Qualifying, Antonelli has a rookie mistake. Like, I can get over that. That's perfectly fine. Hits the wall, P15. It is what it is. He's a rookie. He's going to have moments. You get a pass. George Russell's power unit decides to just stop working in Q2.
Which is so unlike a Mercedes to do.
It just stops working. And it like blow up, kinda, sorta, but it definitely stopped working. Enough so that he could
of all the places to stop, his power unit went out early in that lap. But of all the places to stop,
in the tunnel.
Yeah. Not where you want to be. Well,
because you know why? Because he just rolled it downhill.
Yeah.
Because of where it blew up, he was already starting the downhill portion or like getting right into it. True. Carried the speed and just like kept rolling downhill.
And since F1 is so in tune with memes, one of my favorite memes coming from the weekend was everybody pushing the car and then George literally being inside of it and like acting like he's pushing it, but he's steering it, obviously not doing anything.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that very much.
But no, it was stinky. Like, I have to hope that Mercedes are going to get out of that funk. Like, hopefully it's just a 2-week, bubble of the season, because this is not a team that obviously sits that low, generally speaking, on a point scoring format. They're not normally sitting P7 lower. And then as a result of just bad luck in qualifying, getting stuck behind to Atlassian Williams Racing Team cars.
Yeah. I don't know what I called it earlier, but Atlassian or whatever.
You emphasize the ass part of that too.
But since you are talking about it, I think it's important to talk about this. Obviously, McLaren's running away with the constructors as we see right now, 172 points ahead. But Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari are really where it gets interesting. Mercedes setting the standard at the second position at 147 points, Red Bull at 143, and then Ferrari right behind them at 142. So just right there, there's like, a 5-point difference between fourth and second.
Yeah.
So Mercedes, who was looking like
the runaway favorite for second place.
Yeah, and you could say that definitely the favorite. They, these 2 back-to-back weekends have really messed them up. And I don't know how long Red Bull will stay in the fight. Yuki he's been good, not great.
Yeah, over the course of like the full season, they'll probably, fall back
probably to 4. But Ferrari are definitely in that hunt. For sure in that hunt. If they're coming on strong in the past few weeks.
If Ferrari can like figure out their high-low situation that they've been dealing with, where they have an amazing Monaco this weekend, but who knows, maybe in Spain this weekend they have a DNF and Lewis Hamilton is bogged down in 8th. Like, their performance window has been high and low, but once they start to figure that out, once they start to like really, really understand this car, Lewis Hamilton especially, once he starts to figure out this car to a consistent basis, like they're going to be in the fight. Yeah. They're going to be in the picture. We saw this last year where they started off really slow the first chunk of the season, weren't big factors, but then by the end of the year, you were sweating bullets in Abu Dhabi about like, if Lando like messes this up, we're cooked.
Yeah,
we are actually going to lose the Constructors Championship, and it came down to the last race. Like, it was very much so in y'all's fan, but like
it wasn't.
But like there was room where it could have happened
for sure.
So, and then like walking into the season, both you and I picked Ferrari drivers to win the Drivers' Championship based off kind of memes, but like realistically, like Charles looked like an actual contender this year,
and he's been the better driver this year.
Which ended up makes sense.
And he's still familiar with the Ferrari and all those things. I get that.
But yeah, like Mercedes shouldn't be in this position. Overall, they've got a really good tandem. They got a good duo. The only problems they should have right now is like speculation on when their contracts are going to get done.